Yeah. This is the tournament. This is the region of the ZvZs. There are a couple of players like TheZergLord and like Universe who, like, overall are kind of weaker players. But when it comes to a ZvZ, this is where they can kind of make some upsets happen.
Yeah, mirror matchups are always the shaky, risky, wonky. I don't know which word you want to use. But the mirror matchups are the ones that are a toss-up, so this very well could be the man in the top right-hand corners game. It should be, but we'll find out. He is the one, the only, the teamless player, the Viper man himself. It is Ryu.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have his opponent, the Zerg player, the Brazilian player. He is representing Team The Bad. It is TheZergLord.
I was trying to remember what Ryu was. I know the flag's there, but I remember he had two. He's Italian and Peruvian. I always forget the second one. But I know he has some sort of dual citizenship going on, or maybe he's just claiming both as his race. If he has dual citizenship, I would like to see him in some sort of Italian tournaments if those exist. I'm sure they do.
Yeah, I remember Makers used to run Italian tournaments. I'd love to see Ryu more in that region too. I feel like
Speaking of Italian tournaments, that tweet that Jim posted today is pretty interesting. He's trying to have a Korea versus Mexico tournament again. And apparently he had one before. I didn't quite see it, but I never thought about it. I followed Jim on Instagram, which is pretty cool. He followed me back. I don't know why he does this. I don't know what's wrong with him. Why does he sign himself up for these things? But I was looking to his page, and he has a picture of him, Special, and Cham all on a boat. Cham was driving the boat. I feel like it's a metaphor for the entire StarCraft professional scene.
I like how you're like,
but yeah, so they're friends, I guess, and they did a new tournament.
I mean, Jim and I know Jim and Special pretty often they like stream together, like they like, you know, play games on stream together, which is pretty cool. Like everyone loves seeing them interact with each other. And I like it. Like, I don't know what's wrong with Jim. You look at him and he's like shaving his head on stream.
I don't know what's wrong. I don't know why he follows me. And honestly, yeah, you're right. That's like the least of his crazy things. I'm like, shave your head. That's okay. But follow me on Twitter. I don't know what's wrong with you.
He's starting to lose it now. This is crazy.
Yeah. Now he followed me back on Instagram. We should send him some help. Yeah, that's how I feel about all the StarCraft people who follow me. But thank you to you guys who are following me on Twitter and some on Instagram, because my tweets don't usually pertain to StarCraft at all. and I feel like StarCraft people are only on social media for StarCraft. Like everyone else that I follow in the StarCraft community only tweets about StarCraft related things.
Yeah. I mean, that's the reason why I even made a Twitter account. It was because like, there was like all this StarCraft news and StarCraft related stuff on Twitter. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting where the information comes from. Like, I feel like Reddit's kind of falling off. Discord is still prominent, but you can't get a lot of information from there because it's so scattered. So a lot of people are hopping on Twitter and Facebook. And I like the Twitter community of StarCraft, like the ESL and all those types of events and tweets and all the casters and players also, like Cyril and Rainer, like as soon as they win or lose, they're on Twitter.
Yep. Especially Rainer. He's great. He has a lot of fun whenever he wins or loses.
Well, yeah, I was saying, because he's winning. He's having a lot of fun because he's winning. Cyril, not so much. Cyril's not having too much fun on Twitter.
Yo, Cyril's like having a rough time. Did you see he's talking about how like nowadays he's actually like being emotional and that's like his downfall. Like he's actually like like getting tilted mid-series. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is. There's so much going on there that I could speculate on, but there's only two things it could be. It could be like, as you get older, you get more emotions, which is terrible, and I feel like that's an awful thing, but it happens. Or maybe he's just getting too old, and it's getting to him, and he's pissed that that his brain can't move as fast as his mind thinks.
Oh yeah, mate. He's at that old age of like 23. That's it. He's done.
Yeah.
It's over.
Retire. Yeah, like just if you got money, just put yourself in a nice retirement home and live your days out as an old man playing golf. I mean, he's pretty old. I don't know if he can play golf much longer.
That's true. Maybe like a year or two left for golf, and then his back's gonna give out.
It. Yeah. But yeah, this has actually been a surprisingly passive game.
Oh yeah, like even though both players did go like Ling Bane, they haven't really been too aggressive at all. You know, we've got a couple of Banes coming in here and there, a couple of Lings trying to poke and prod, but for the most part, surprisingly, these two have been pretty passive, and that's not something that I expect too often from the ZergLord.
Well, I feel like I may be being wrong. Passive isn't even the word, because they've both been on the opposite side of the map the entire time. But they've just been like, come at me, bro, swing at me, bro, and then neither of them wants to swing at the other one. And like the Lings go in from Ryu, and then they back off because they see some Banes, and then they go in for ZergLord, and they back off because they see some Banes. They're pretty much just dancing. They're just doing the good old two-step.
Yeah.
The Texas two-step. And they're square dancing, lime dancing. If you guys don't know what that is, look it up. It's great. All types of Texas knowledge here.
Have you been line dancing before?
Oh, never. I've been to like a country bar where they do all types of dances to country music, which is great, and I support it, but I don't dance.
Fair enough. No, me neither.
I feel like I DJ'd so much, I never actually had to dance. So now that I don't DJ, people are like, do you dance? I'm like, wow. I've been a DJ for 5 years, so I was never on a dance floor.
Yeah.
What about you, Light? You got the moves?
Not at all.
The moves like Mick Jagger?
No.
Are we gonna get you dancing like good old Jim Rising on stream?
I like, that's the dream right there. I would do anything to dance anywhere near as well as Jim. That's
Maybe we can like pay him for coaching, but not for StarCraft, coaching for dancing.
That actually sounds like a lot of fun.
That's right. Like Just Dance, but it's just Jim Rising dancing, and we gotta copy his moves on stream.
Yeah. Oh god.
Someone get Jim on the phone.
That actually sounds like an amazing idea.
Yeah, I never thought about that. What do streamers do with their phones the entire time? I guess they'd answer it if they had to. That's funny, but yeah, that would be a great idea. Dance lessons from gyms. I mean, if you can pay someone to teach you how to play StarCraft, why can't you pay him to teach you how to dance?
Yeah, I feel like that's the future right there. The future of StarCraft. The future of Jim.
StarCraft. Yeah, I'm paving ways for you guys. I'm giving you guys ideas. Hire me as your marketing strategy coach, Jim. Just made that up. I don't know if that's a real thing. I'm sure it is.
Now. It is now.
It is now. Marketing strategy coach. These look very Halloween-esque, these mutas here. Like they got the old broken wings. Their spooky wings on.
I mean, how are they even flying? Like, how does the air just not like pass right through the wings?
It definitely should. It'd be cool if they added like an animation where they kind of like fall down a little bit and then go back up.
Yeah, they're like wobbling a little bit. You know, they're not fully.
Yeah. It looked like they actually have like a second pair of wings under those wings. Like a little sub wing.
Oh yeah.
Right? Maybe that's what's helping them out. Oh wow, that's interesting. Is that all mutas? They look like the Jeepers Creepers guy, if you ever seen that movie. With a really cool haircut. Something else I forgot to mention. It happened a long time ago, but he contaminated the upgrades for the ZergLord.
Oh, okay, interesting. I mean, the ZergLord, his upgrade did just finish for +2, and I mean, Ryu, I'm pretty sure he's ahead in tech. Like, he's already got his Lurker Den, he's got Hydras on the way, he's got Infestation Pit. So yeah, it was interesting how the ZergLord opted to go for, you know, this Muta switch instead.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it kind of guarantees that Ryu can't really engage with just roaches, because if he does, the Muta's just gonna come in and gain infinite value.
Yeah, the problem is that, like, Ryu, he isn't one to just go pure roaches. Like, he's all about the Hydra Lurker, right? And
he's going directly in the hive. He's not even wasting his time on making too many Hydras. He's got one Lurker and one Hydra here.
Jesus Christ.
He's like, I just need one. That's all I need. Who cares about there's only 2 Crows of Battles here. I don't think that's enough to take out the Lurker.
Yes.
Lurker's getting some shots in. The mutas aren't even here to join this party.
Yeah, the mutas are kind of busy just being annoying, like killing overlords here and there, when the mutas, they could actually like do really well in this fight.
And Ryu's supply blocked, and he can't get his 5th base, but at the same time, he's got a little squadron going for the ZergLord's 5th base.
Yeah, we do see them both hitting each other on opposite ends of the map. It looks like the 5th does get denied, but as you were saying, oh, there are enough Ravagers here to bow down the Lurker.
Yeah, he's got plenty, but he has no Overseer here. You just got to kind of guess where it's at, which you never really want to do. I don't think that was the right call. He went into the 3rd base to get workers. He got 4, but I think if he would have canceled the 5th base or maybe got those kills from the high ground, that would have been pretty good too.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think canceling the 5th base is probably the most important thing, and even the ZergLord going for a bit of a run by here does get intercepted, but at the same time, once again, he denies that 5th base.
Yeah, the ZergLord actually bringing it to Ryu right now. The ZergLord has more bases now. I believe he had his 4th base up before, or more saturated before, so he's doing pretty good on economy right now. He has not taken his rich gas yet, which is a little worrying right now.
Yeah, I mean, Ryu, he's had it for a lot longer, so he's been able to utilize that gas. We do see that he's already got a decent amount of Vipers. We'll see if he uses them to Blinding Cloud or even to Parasitic Bomb the mutas. I don't think there are enough mutas here to really warrant that. Like, it feels like a bit of a waste of energy.
The ZergLord is doing really good here, but the only thing I would say is look at his bank.
Oh, God.
He has over 4,000 minerals saved up. He's going to throw away the mutas. I don't think he has Baneling Nests. He's getting his own Lurkers now, but I think he should have just maxed out, taken another base sooner, and get some better engagements here. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the ZergLord could have done, but he's really got to do something here.
Yeah, I would say not even better engagements, but just take inefficient fights. It doesn't matter. You have the bank, so you can just keep making army.
Yeah, exactly. Just trade your army out. He should have been trading out from the beginning, but now Ryu has had time to establish all his bases, get his hive tech, and now he's able to take the better engagement. Guaranteed a Blinding Cloud, a couple of ducks, and it's all over here.
Yeah, like, Ryu bought enough time where, sure, he doesn't have anywhere near as big of a bank, but he has a better army. And because the ZergLord, he's so scared with his fights, like, he's not really trading, or he's actually getting some decent engagement here. But again, it's just Roach Ravager.
Yeah. Oh, and the backstabbing Roach is here for Ryu, and he's also going in on that 4th base as well. And all Ryu has to do is get in range of that base, and then he could Blinding Cloud, and it'll force the Roaches back. And he won't be able to Corrosive Bile anymore or shoot at the... actually, there's not that many Lurkers left. There's only 3 here. There goes the Blinding Cloud. He really waited till the last minute. He waited till he had 2 Lurkers to throw down a Blinding Cloud, which in this scenario, Blinding Cloud really just zones the army back. And good cleanup here by the ZergLord, actually, but he did take some losses. Ryu is ahead in workers now and even on bases.
Exactly, as all that was happening, finally Ryu did expand and take that northern base. As you were saying, he's ahead in workers, he has the better army, he's just going Hydra, Lurker, Viper. Meanwhile, the ZergLord, like, in a panic to make sure he defended, he was forced to make too many Roaches, I think, and he realizes this, so he's like sending some off to harass and just throw them away, which is good. It's definitely the right play because he's maxed out, but he doesn't really have the ideal army.
Yeah, he had so much money, and after he lost all that army, he made, I think, like, I saw 20 Roaches on the production tab. And this is good, though. He got a Baneling Nest. I don't know if he has Baneling Speed. He does not have Baneling Speed, so these are going to be slow waddlers here.
Yeah, I mean, if they go unnoticed, they can get some pretty big detonations in the mineral line. But we'll see how this goes. He loses the Lurker.
He can afford it. And the Banelings are going in. The Banelings got absolutely shut down, I think. I just saw him disappear on the map.
Yeah.
And all the things there. This is pretty good here. This could cause some damage.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, all this,
but Ryu's also catching his army in a choke point.
Yeah, the Blinding Clouds are good enough.
No Vipers. There's no Vipers from the ZergLord, and those Blinding Clouds were absolutely redonkulous, getting a full spread on the ZergLord's army, Ryu is, and he's going to take this army out.
Exactly, he wins. Yeah, he wins the main engagement in the center of the map. Meanwhile, he did lose quite a lot of workers to the north, but I think it's fine. Like, he can afford to lose all those workers. It doesn't matter because there's just not enough here from the ZergLord to stop the main army.
Yeah, there's no saving this base, I believe. He probably has to, like, back up max out on Hydras if he could. He has a big bank. He should have just spammed Hydras. But he's only getting like, okay, now he's spamming Hydras. A little bit of a late reaction there, but he's going to have the Hydras on the way, and he's going to lose that base, but he should be decently okay here if he can hold off at the top of this ramp.
Yeah, he just needs to hold as best he can here. There are a couple more lurkers, many more in production here from Ryu. He's trying to push up the ramp, but it's just nothing but roaches here.
GG, yeah. And that's the age-old part where when you have the upper advantage in economy, you do want to trade a little bit, but you never want to trade your entire army, because if you don't have enough to defend at home, then your remax doesn't matter because they kill you before you do it. As we saw there, ZergLord had a fat bank. He could have kept remaxing, but Ryu just killed his entire army and then just went straight for the jugular and killed him.
Yeah.
Done deal. GG, game 1.
There were definitely opportunities there for the ZergLord. Like as you were saying, because he has that bank, like you need to make sure you fight and you trade on your opponent's half of the map. So that means you have as much time as possible when the counterattack comes to make another army. When you're just constantly fighting like outside your own bases, like that's when like you're on a knife's edge, you know, like the army, it's there, it's on top of your production, like.
Yeah. I mean, in theory, it all works out, but really, Ryu's so good. He's so fast. He's all over the place. I mean, I guess I would have to say the ZergLord would just add his capacity of macro ability, because, I mean, yeah, when he was maxed out, pushing on the Ryu's base, he could have, he had the mutas denying the 5th or 6th, whatever it was. He could have had some roaches split off and try and go into the main or the natural. You got extra money. Get roach speed. Get another upgrade. Throw down a Nidus or something, Make dropper lords when you have that much money. Go for anything else besides nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the ZergLord knows now.
I will say that he had a really strong first half. Like the amount of times he was able to deny with those mutas was actually really good. Like he was.
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah, he was in a really good position. It was just Ryu slowly over time, just more efficient fights. He got back into it.
Yeah, definitely. He could definitely take a map off of his opponent, though. That's for sure. It's anybody's game here, but this guy in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, he's already up one. He is from Peru and Italy. He's the Italian Peruvian or the Peruvian Italian, whichever way you want to put it. The Viper Man himself, always getting the W with the Viper Lurkers. It is Ryu.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ice and Chrome LE, we have the Brazilian Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, currently representing Team The Bad. It is the ZergLord.
I think ZergLord can do it.
Yeah, we'll see if, he pulls another page out of Jim's book and goes mutas again, or if he looks to be pretty aggressive, because at the same time, I don't know, last game, he went kind of toe-to-toe with Ryu, just kind of being more passive and macroing up, right, and just constantly feinting here and there.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens here. I mean, it's all going to come down to the build. It's kind of like a rock, paper, scissors thing. Ryu could have just gone for a perfect counter to the ZergLord on accident here. But we'll see how it plays out. I love how Ryu's still teamless. I don't know how he's teamless.
God damn it, Ryu. I also love how he put the spawning pool on top of the flag.
Yeah, right on the flag. Maybe that'll be a thing now. People do that on purpose. Dude, they can't see the flag, right?
No, they can't. They can't see it.
Yeah, it'd be hard to know where it's at. Does it always spawn in the same spot?
I'm honestly not sure, because I think we've seen it in the mineral line before, right?
Yeah. We were the other game. It was in the top left-hand corner because the drones were going over it. I wonder how that algorithm works there.
Yeah, it could be random, could be predetermined. Too sure.
I think it just goes away from the clan picture or whatever that little picture is on the floor. All these things play no part in the game. A little floating picture right there. I think that's Rainer or something. I don't know all the pictures in the game. But yeah, like that has no effect on the game whatsoever.
But
I wish there was a way to take that off.
Yeah, I mean, that's typically where like your clan tag should be, but I mean, Ryu doesn't have one, so
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You should just have the option to have it on or off, or make it more customizable, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. But we're gonna have the Ling Bane battles, Battle of the Banes. The Bane battles, the Bane bus.
As a neither player is being super greedy. They're both going for Baneliness. They're not skipping it whatsoever. And just like the last game, they're both expanding. They're both taking their third bases. They're both kind of chilling and getting into the mid game.
ZvZ is such a different matchup than any other game, any other matchup I feel.
Yeah, and it's interesting how these two shape up, because like if we were casting Jim, for example, like he stays on 2 bases for a lot longer. Like,
oh my god, yeah. This is probably the weirdest game we've ever had where the players just play standard.
Yeah, because like even Eggs can be pretty aggressive if he wants to be. Like he mixes it up, so
yeah,
interesting.
Exactly. Interesting here enough, the ZergLord secured his third base faster than Ryu. But it doesn't seem to be too crazy. Ooh, he's gonna get some kills here, maybe even some lings, but the Banes will finish up in just a second, and they will come to the rescue.
Yeah, Ryu has to be careful there. He does get out, not before killing one drone though, so it was some decent, some nice damage.
That's the most exciting thing that happened in the first 5 minutes.
So, he got a drone.
A single drone. He got a drone. Something's going on here.
Look,
yeah, nothing but 6 lings from each side, and then that one drone.
Yo, I'm just saying, if you look at the units lost tab.
How did he lose 25 gas?
I guess he canceled something. Maybe like a morphing Baneling was canceled,
right?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, maybe if he used a Baneling to kill something, would that count? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Someone get a doctor on the phone.
Get a doctor on the phone. But like at the moment,
when Banelings explode, they don't count as a unit loss.
Yeah.
But it might count towards the money loss.
I don't think so. I think it's only if the Baneling actually gets killed? Question mark? Or
yeah. I'm
weird.
just watching the unit loss tab to see when the next Baneling goes down. I'm gonna do the math for you guys. We'll figure it out. We got our top scientists on it, aka me. Not a scientist at all. The ZergLord is droning like ridiculously.
Oh yeah, he's got nothing but drones right now. Ryu not as much, but you know, the work count so far is equal, and the ZergLord going for the 4th base pretty quickly. Oh
yeah, and both of them are just playing ridiculously standard, like Overlord speed, +1, and some roaches and roach speed. Uh-oh.
Yeah, Ryu has to be careful here because he's actually continuing to send his roaches across the map. They're so vulnerable to get surrounded by lings, but there aren't any. Yeah, I don't really know what the plan is here for Ryu. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super confused. Ryu now lost 37 gas. I don't know from what. He's only lost 16 lings, but he's lost gas somehow. This is baffling me beyond anything I can understand.
God damn it. I mean, maybe he canceled something. Maybe look. Did he lose an overseer earlier? No, he didn't, right?
I don't know. I'm just gonna lose sleep over this. That's just gonna be my life now.
And now, finally, here we go. The ZergLord is pushing out across the map. He does not have... oh, no, never mind. I believe he does have roach speed, so he's already here. Meanwhile, Ryu, his is finishing up in a couple of seconds as well.
I wonder what the 2 count is here for the Ravagers. They both had 2. Nice corrosive biles on the way out.
Wow, yeah, both actually land, and here we go. A 3rd Ravager is being morphed in. Meanwhile, the ZergLord, he's continuing to reinforce across the map. He does have a slight worker lead, and of course, he did get the 4th base a little bit earlier as well, so he does have that advantage going for him, and he's trying to break Ryu, but with the defender's advantage, I don't know if he's gonna have enough here.
It's a nice concave from the ZergLord, but Ryu's also getting his Hydra Den, so he's going to be a little bit behind on gas. Both of them have pretty much the same economy here. I don't know the logistics of this micro here, but I think the defender's advantage will always win here because reinforcements are coming faster than the ZergLord's reinforcements, but I believe he's just trying to do some damage here and maybe get out with what he can.
Yeah.
Ravagers have gone down for the ZergLord. He's down to 1. Ryu has 2. He's going to force his army back.
Exactly. It's always so difficult. Like, if you're in a ZvZ and you're more or less like equal with your opponent, like trying to like kill your opponent when your opponent has defender's advantage, like it's so difficult to pull off.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's why these guys who are very good and know their stuff, they still go for it because honestly, sometimes it's a toss-up. You never know if you're going to win or lose the engagement. You can't possibly know how much larva your opponent has, or like, you know, you can guess pretty close, but you never know. And apparently both these players think they have the advantage here enough to win. ZergLord's reinforcements actually doing some damage. Ryu might have, you know, been a little bit too docile once he defended at the beginning. He didn't really take the second follow-up real serious, and the ZergLord just mass reinforced here. Now he's going to get the base. I don't see a world in which his base stays alive.
Exactly. The base is so close to going down, and you're right, because Ryu, he droned up a little bit too much after that initial wave. The base goes down, and I mean, the ZergLord, he may be able to snowball with this. At the same time, Ryu, he was actually counterattacking with roaches. That's why he had less roaches to defend, and he ends up pushing the ZergLord back. But will he be able to get some worker kills? It looks like he won't.
Very interesting here. I don't know if that was worth it. Ryu lost the base for it. The ZergLord did not lose anything there besides maybe a drone or two. I wasn't quite paying attention, but Ryu definitely took the lesser end of that engagement there. And I would say the ZergLord is up here.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like Ryu, he's trying to do his best to harass, but there's so many drones on such a slither of health. Didn't quite manage to get them. Meanwhile, he's splitting off more roaches. He's trying to multi-prong, trying to catch up by dealing all this economic damage, but ZergLord, he's just on top of it.
I feel like he really needs to take out an entire base. Just a couple roaches taking out a couple drones isn't going to do it. ZergLord clearly is covering all angles here, not letting Ryu sneak into any mineral line for too long. I mean, he's already going to go. He's in the middle. Perfect position. He can pop up in anywhere that roaches pop up. No spores down there. I feel like spores would be pretty healthy here for his defense. He just has overseers here and there. And we're seeing the overlords just on patrol in every which way. Lurker Den coming up for Ryu. He's going to try and bring... Oh, my God. No, Ryu, not like this. You can't take this engagement.
Oh, God. There are just so many roaches here for the ZergLord. Like, Ryu, he's taking up... Yeah, like, Ryu, he spent his money on the Hydra Den, on the Lurker Den. That's where he's, like, spending his resources, not on roaches. So it looks like the ZergLord, he may have enough here to at least kill the fourth base again.
Yeah, the ZergLord has so much army here. He just needs to, he can even split some of his army here and like, yeah, there you go. Shoot the base and shoot the main army, and he's definitely going to take this base out, and now Ryu will be absolutely crippled. We've seen Ryu pull off crazier things though, so he might still be able to pull this off. As of now, the ZergLord's in a great position, doing good. Small counterattacks here and there, but I don't think it's anything game-changing for the ZergLord. It's easier to make drones than it is to make a whole base.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Like if these two roaches are able to kill the hatchery, it's actually quite low.
Not.
Yeah, it's possible that Ryu, he may like if he counterattacks, then that hatchery is definitely vulnerable. Like it is getting pretty low. And the advantage that Ryu has is he's not that far down in supply, and he's got hydras on the way. He's gonna have lurkers much faster than the ZergLord.
Oh yeah, and then the ZergLord is just not stopping the pressure here. He's got a pretty nice bank now as well. I don't know what Ryu can do. I think he should have just tried to like double expand to the north. But this is it right here. I think Ryu's just going to push in. I'm sorry, the ZergLord. Ryu always comes out with like one lurker. Which I kind of like, because if you just take out the vision, one lurker can do a lot of damage. Here he's coming in with some more lurkers, but there's already vision for the ZergLord. And plenty of corrosive biles to spread around. I think the ZergLord is just playing Ryu very well here. Playing his opponent, not the matchup. GG, ZergLord takes it. We're tied up. My guy Ryu, he might be dead.
Ooh, we're tied up 1-1, and I agree. I love the way the ZergLord played that out, because Ryu, we know that he likes going like Hydra Lurker, and in ZvZ, if you tech up, and if your opponent's like just focusing on Roach Ravager, like you can just die. Like if you're not making Roach Ravager yourself, then you're just gonna have less army, and we saw what happened.
Yeah, it's funny. I feel like with Zerg, it's like if they rush you with roaches and you go mutas, you die. If you try and go into Hydras and they max out on roaches, you die. If you try and Link Flood them and they already defend and they have roaches out, you die. So it's really like who maxes out on roaches first or goes for something cheeky first. You got to get your mutas out before I get a lot of roaches out, or you got to Link Flood me before I get my mutas out. Something has to give here. And in this case, I like the way TheZergLord played it. He never made the Hydra Den, never made the Lurkers. That was a mistake in game one. He tried to. Oh my God, Light, you're the one playing.
I'll leave.
Oh my gosh, I quit at the last second. I was gonna say something, but I'm like, nah, they always got it. They did not have it.
They're like, all right, let's go, let's do this.
Yeah, that would have been hilarious. You should have done it. Done it for all of us. TheZergLord's tearing right now. Not like this. Not again.
Oh my God. Race. Blassa.
He's changing it mid-game. He's going to be a tear now.
All right, there we go.
We're admins. I want to get paid as much as Darking now. Actually, I think I do. Me and Darking both make the same salary. It's great. But yeah, I love the way ZergLord's playing here. The first game, he really tried to like Ryu, which you should not do. He tried to go like for Lurkers with no Vipers, and Ryu's just on the Lurker Viper game. So he made the right call, and he went mass Roach. Don't ever let Ryu get into that deep Lurker Viper game. And we're here. Everdream LE. Final matchup. Final map between these two. Spawning in the top right-hand corner. It is the Viper Lurker King himself. He is currently teamless because he does not need a team. He is the Italian Peruvian. It is Ryu.
Every time you say Italian, it feels like
you think I'm gonna introduce Rainer, the Stallion Italian?
The Stallion needs to be said afterwards. I feel like it's just.
Is he the only Italian player you know like? He's probably the only one I know.
Oh God, that's spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Everdream LE, going for a 12 pool, finally shaking things up. We have the Brazilian Zerg player. It is TheZergLord.
Should I say Peruvian first? The Peruvian Italian stallion.
What if there's an Italian stallion? What's a Peruvian? What are they?
I was trying to look up what stallion is in Spanish, and it just doesn't sound right. This is cemental.
What?
I don't know what that means at all.
That's
or el caballo padre.
The horse father. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the horse father, the father horse. It's like the godfather of horses.
El caballo. Ooh, okay.
El caballo.
Oh.
I don't know. We'll work on it. El caballo sounds good though.
I like it. I like where we're going with this.
I like it. Yeah. Well, hopefully we get to see more of Ryu, so we can build on that later. But he is currently getting his base ate apart or scratched apart by the Zergs. I don't quite know what they do here, but they're doing something to this thing, and it's gonna die eventually if Ryu does not have the perfect response. It's getting low. He's pulling the drones. How many did he leave back? I think he left like 3. Yeah, he even left 1 in gas. That's interesting. I'm not sure if that's on purpose or by mistake. Couple drones getting low here. Oh my God, the Link gets grounded.
Oh my God, that 3 so careful. It looks like the drones are trying to surround the Lings, but it looks like the Lings do manage to escape. And so far, I don't think any drones yet. 0 drones have gone down for Ryu.
I feel like the ZergLord was playing good. He didn't have to be cheesy here. He's about to throw away his win on Ryu.
Yeah, I agree. Like game 1, they macroed up against each other. Game 2 as well. Like I don't think this was necessary, and we see why. Like Ryu's his defense was just on point.
Yeah, even stopping the one little lonely Ling there. And I wonder what the ZergLord is gonna do to survive here.
Exactly. Like Ryu, in a couple of seconds, he's gonna have Ling speed. Like he can just flood Lings across the map, and the ZergLord, he knows this. He's got queens.
This. Yeah, that's the perfect defense. Actually, I forgot this exists. I remember this because anytime I go for the fastest possible, like the Scarlet Lings, the Scarlet Ling speed build, you just throw down a spine on the high ground or the low ground, block the wall with your queens, and it's kind of hard to break this. You need quite a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if like you get enough energy for transfuses as well. Like these queens, they're going to be so solid, they're not going to die at all. And yeah, this is exactly what you want to do when your gases are delayed by so much. Like you need the queens and the spine for defense.
I'm not going to lie, that play there by the ZergLord was kind of sexy. He surrounded the creep tumor with his Lings so that it could not be attacked by Ryu's Lings. You like surrounded it and then hold position, so there's no way they could attack the creep tumor before it finished. And if it did, the queens could have transfused it. I don't think he would have done that, but he could have.
I just remember that's what you do. You're like, yeah, just use the creep tumors to stop the Terran from getting it. It's like, goddamn.
But yeah, I was going to say mostly just in TVZ. Like when you can tell they scanned and they're like running to the last creep tumor and they're shooting it down and it's like about to die. Wow, interesting. What's he going to build there?
Interesting. That was totally intentional, right? Yeah.
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 Huh. I wonder what for.
Yeah.
Maybe to put something there later. I don't know.
Maybe it's like just in case it's a big attack, like to throw down a secondary wall. Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe to move the spine there. I have no idea. These are things that keep me up at night.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, what do Vipers abduct with? What did he kill that one, the creep tumor for?
This is when we find out it was just an accident. It was
it was all just a misclick that keeps me up at night. And I think the creep tumor did get killed for the ZergLord at some point.
Yeah. He tried to spread the creep and he got killed, so he has to make more creep tumors. And
what is that even called? The tip of the tumor.
The tip?
The creep tumor, and then like what's the regular one that isn't a spreadable tumor?
They're active creep tumors. There we go.
That's an active creep tumor, and the regular ones are just creep tumors?
I guess so. Yeah.
I don't know. I think StarCraft messed up. They didn't give it a quite the right name.
Should be the same thing.
But yeah. I mean, Blizzard just needs to hire me already. I'll work for next to nothing. It'll fit in your budget of $0 that you guys put into the StarCraft.
It's true. It's very true.
Man. Yeah. I need to stop before the van pulls up to my house again.
Not again.
I start talking about Protoss and then my stream's going to start getting laggy again. It's not fun for anyone. But both players already have the layer. And I like this. The ZergLord was able to... I'm going to steal that move. That's a good defense. If you're trying... Oh, there we go. That's what it's for. The second Evo chamber. So we can put a queen in between it and the base. I don't know if that's like a big brain play, but something to do.
I hope it is. I hope we're going to see it come into play at some point. That's a big brain move right there. Maybe.
I doubt it.
Maybe.
Like, I'm going to put up some defenses at home and then I'm going to go attack.
Yeah, and the plan. He has to, because he's down in workers. Like, he was down because of the opening as well, so he has already his roaches across the map. We'll see if he can do something here to Ryu to try and like stop this advantage that Ryu has.
Yeah, I mean, Dropper Lord's coming up for Ryu. There's really no advantage. He's trying to go for the double upgrades, but Ryu is also going for double upgrades. Ryu's just large and in charge here.
Yeah, pretty much. Like Ryu, he's keeping up in the upgrade count.
Oh, did I get out alive?
Oh my god!
Wow. Oh, he's going back in. Oh, the contamination. That was beautiful.
Wow.
He did that game number 1 too, and I think that's just absolutely genius. I believe Sero does that a lot, and it's just genius.
in general, if you're a
I
Zerg
feel like
player,
it's so huge and nobody uses it.
yeah, this needs to be done more often. Like it's actually huge, in a mirror matchup especially. And
I remember I was thinking about that, and then you know, some games on the ladder you just outright completely won, and so I decided to meme a little bit, and I just masked contaminations on a Terran. It's beautiful, especially when they're going mech. You just get like 7 overseers, let them save up the energy, and then go in and contaminate everything.
Oh god, disgusting.
Which is it's a good option if you have a lot of money. Well, might as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think any other race has the ability to prevent an upgrade or unit from being built. You can kill like eggs, but that's about it. I'm sorry, cocoons.
Not the player.
Yeah, not the player. The cocoons. There are no eggs in the Zerg army anymore.
Oh god, and at the moment Ryu, he's just kind of, you know, just pulling his opponent apart a little bit. Like, he's so ahead in terms of supply. Like, he can afford to lose some roaches here and there. He's trying to push up a ramp, and this is the best case scenario for the ZergLord, fighting, you know, as your opponent's trying to push up into you, and well, he holds.
Yeah, he can afford to lose some, but I don't know if he can afford to lose that much. But they're still pretty equal in army supply, and now Ryu has the pretty good upgrade lead here. He should take a fight right now. He has a chance to get some damage done. He has a couple seconds left as the upgrades are not quite kicking in for the ZergLord. And now, actually, yeah, nothing's kicking in for the ZergLord right here. Ryu's winning this pretty good.
Exactly, even some reinforcements coming in from Ryu from behind. Meanwhile, he's also dropping in the main. 6 drones went down for the ZergLord, and he's even losing here in the front line.
Yeah, and now +2 kicks in for the ZergLord. And I think we just saw exactly why everyone should start to contaminate upgrades. That upgrade barely came into play. He needs to not overstep, though, because he could get surrounded and murdered. Yeah. Which is what's happening here. But bro, wow, this guy's just doing it all. I love Ryu.
Jesus Christ, there's no detection.
He's playing out of his mind.
Yeah, and these versions, they can just burrow as well. Like, they don't have to commit here, they don't have to die, as there was no detection, but they do finally get taken out. But there it is.
Yeah, he went back into the main, and I believe, I'm not gonna lie, I think that was 100% due to the contamination on the upgrade. That one fight that really counted, the ZergLord didn't have the upgrade, and Ryu did. Ryu had less army, and he even put some army into the Dropper Lords, and still won the fight because his upgrades finished first. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you contaminate things, and I'm gonna steal that now.
Yeah, like, what a play from Ryu. He takes out the best, or one of the best Brazilian players out there in the ZergLord, and he advances to the semifinals for another ZvZ to face his opponent that we knew was going to be waiting for him. El vuelto, these eggs.